How are you? Well, you look great.
Oh, thank you. I'm great.
Well, good. Well, thank you for being here and being willing to be interviewed and talking about your success, your meteoric rise, etc. So let's see, where shall we begin? Um, well, let's see. I guess the thing to start with, I guess the most kind of fascinating and interesting thing to me is you and your sister, you guys did a small group workshop together. So just kind of tell me about that and how that went and what that meant to you.
So, first, how I met you, Evan, was in Arlene's thing. So, but the thing is that you stood out because at that moment of time, I'm following my intuition, and my sister and we talk all the time. I mean, my mom even said, "I'm surprised you're not on the phone talking to your sister." So, but we talk every day. We always asking each other questions, and I had came across your platform, and I said, Tracy, you have to check this out because I'm telling you, this is what my intuition is saying that we need for our next step. And look, that's her calling me now. And so I said, I told Tracy that, so Tracy checked it out, and then that's when she had got the interview. Well, she did the one. She said, Stacy, did you do the consultation? I said, what consultation? He said, when you join Evan's group, he asked you to do the invite. I said, I didn't even get to do that. But she was like, then that's when you had came up with the group. And I said, I think I believe this is the will be a good thing because at that time we was actually manifesting, what is blocking us, like of not getting wealth and not moving forward and stuff like that. And then that's when that opened up. And so it was awesome because at that time Tracy was able to pay for myself and her for us to join the group. So as we enter your group, then we knew, yep, this was the answer. It wasn't necessarily like we did not know. It was just that we just didn't was unclear of how to heal ourselves within. And we got those instructions from you, Evan. Yep.
Well, let me just interrupt for 1 second just to say, I mean, um, I've done this work with a lot of people, right? And you guys did a lot of work beforehand, and
Yeah.
and some of it just kind of didn't come together in a way that you sort of broke through. And so
Right.
this it sounds almost like this was kind of like the last missing piece or the thing that you needed was that sort of just a little help over the line because you guys in some ways you guys are naturals at this, right? I mean, you guys were able to see exactly what we were doing, drop down, feel the thing, and you guys had the courage and the work that you'd done before to be able to move through it. So a lot of it is, credit to you guys and how what a beautiful example too of listening to your intuition.
Right.
That's really cool. So I guess can you tell us, because like when we do the group, we sort of say, okay, it's expected that you'll take a block that you're working with, you'll identify it, and you'll kind of take it from a 10 to a 5. But you guys just kind of went nuts, and you guys were just, it seemed like you guys were just releasing blocks all over the place. Can you share some of the blocks that you kind of moved through?
Yeah, so one of the major blocks was about being stuck in business, but one of not getting the money flowing in. But when you broke it down and said, Stacey, it's not something that you thinking is here, like something that happened right now. It's not that. It's something that happened in your childhood. And so when you open up that gateway, and then we just started reanalyzing everything. So every time we felt the feeling, we go back. I'll go back to myself and I'll center myself at that moment of time when the feeling comes up because it's better to do it while you're in it. I go and say, okay, let me take me back to the part of where this had triggered me when I was younger. What age group, or what scene happened for me to be blocked in this situation right now, or whatever anger or whatever came up, whatever energy that was coming up at that time, and it'll always go back to a childhood, and then and it's like the floodgates open because now everything that happened in our childhood started coming to us now throughout the day as we driving. And we were like, oh wow, I didn't even know that was a block right there. And so we just dealt with it. Like every time it presented ourselves to us, I didn't care where I was at. I could be driving or whatever. And when it presented myself at that time, I dealt with it right then. Even though I'm still driving, but they say when you're driving, you're more in the subconscious anyway, but I dealt with it,
Right.
so I can, start moving and moving forward because we've been stuck in that for we too old. I say we too old. We're 47 years old. I'm not ashamed to say our age. And I mean, I want us to flow. I wanted us to be millionaires when we was 19 and 20, but experience in life had to show us some things first, I believe.
Yeah, well, and I hope everybody's paying attention to that because that's, I mean, that's what I do, and it's hard to get everybody into that sort of way of approaching it or thinking about it, which is sort of every problem that's coming up for me now is really not happening now. It's the tip of
Yeah.
an iceberg that came from when you were young. And if you can sort of go back and release that, and again, doing it in the moment, that's super powerful. Those things can start to dissolve. So I guess the question I have is, it seems like things are shifting for you. Are you starting to have different
Yes, there's a
results?
lot shifting. My relationship is like phenomenal. Like I'm like, yeah, thank you, Evan.
Yeah.
That's what we needed. And but see, the thing is that we are all connected. And Evan, if you didn't push your thing in this timeline of space and frequency, we would have probably the universe probably would have had to find somebody else.
Right.
Because it was time for us to meet you, for us to get out of what we're going through, because we all connected. We all got a piece to someone else's puzzle, and we gotta look at it as don't yes, we need to focus on us, but don't forget focusing on you is still focused on the other person too because they need you. Yeah.
No, that's really great. I mean, this is a bit of a side thing going off to the side, and again, it's like, I don't, it's like, I'm great when I'm happy when these things happen for people. It's like, I can't, there's no credit I can really take, what I mean? Because it's all I'm doing is saying, go inside, look at yourself, do that, you know what I mean? And it's like, and
Right.
that's when things shift and happen. But you're right. I always encourage everybody to sort of say what they need to say and say it out loud because there's somebody that needs to hear it in the way that
Yeah.
you're saying it. So you're out there and you're saying stuff, and the people who flock to you or listen to you, they're getting a critical piece of the puzzle too. So I agree with you completely. Um,
Yeah.
all right. Well, and so again, I think I mean, that's the magic of this is it starts to really affect your whole life. We were working on business breakthroughs, and now your relationship is
Yeah.
better. And it's like, I hate to be old hat with all of this stuff, but it's just like, I'm so used to miracles in my life and other people's lives. I wouldn't say it's boring, right? It's not like, oh,
Right.
but it's just like, yeah, of course. It's because it's because this is all this stuff is so, as you know, you're an expert in it now, right? Like, it's so simple. I mean,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
so simple, but it's like our minds are so deceptive and they take us away from where we need to be, which is in our hearts and our feelings and
Yes.
being, sort of intimate with ourselves, I guess is one way to say it. I don't know. Um, so it sounds to me, and like when we did a wrap up call for our group, and you guys had a really great group. You really did. I mean, like I said, you guys are naturals. I don't know, my sister's a natural, but my sister, she took a block all the way from something that was at an 11 all the way down to 0 too. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I mean, so that's all pretty extraordinary. When we had our wrap up call, and you were so excited. You seem like you really believe in this.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. And you know what, Evan, even though, you know, um, I'm not even in Arlene's group right no more because of the finances, but that's not even an issue for me right now because it's coming. But this is what I want to tell people is don't second guess what your intuition is telling you to do because at that time I wouldn't have met you if I wouldn't have came into Arlene's group. It's a
right.
bigger picture behind everything that we do. It's everything that we do. It's I'm telling you, everything has its own way of getting to you, and it means something. Every little thing, everything that happens and transpire in our life, it means something, and it's your higher self is working with you to wake up, to shift you to where you need to be. And those little things, just by me joining her group to meet you, I had to do that. I had
Yeah.
to do because it was like it was pressuring on me, and I felt my intuition again. Like, no, you need to get into this group right here. And it wasn't necessarily of me even joining her group for the things that she was doing. It's because I needed to meet you.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's so fascinating. It's all music to my ears because it's like the awakenings and the things that you're seeing and the things that you're saying are the exact same things that I saw and that I was saying. And it's just like, so it's like you can get into a group like that and you can get into your head, oh, it's because of this and I have to do this.
Right.
And you start to now you have a goal and you're pushing it and you're forcing it.
Hmm.
But if you keep stopping and you keep listening to your intuition, like you said, it's like you may have just, gone to the grocery store to get milk, but that saved you from being in an accident, or you have no idea. But
Right.
what I would say to everybody out there who's listening to this, that I can hear that you're living by, is keep listening for what resonates for you. That's your deepest gauge and your deepest guide to follow, which you're demonstrating for all of us. So good work. So on a totally different note, again, you guys had a beautiful group. I mean, you guys are still in communication,
Yeah,
right?
we still together.
You
Yes,
guys are
we just
all
had a
texting each
meeting.
other every day. I can't even
Yeah.
keep up.
Yeah, we did.
So that's cool. And that happens, and that's one of the benefits. So I guess how meaningful was that connection during the week between? Because so what we do in the small group workshop is everybody takes 5 minutes a day and they just kind of sit with it. Now you did, again, what I would recommend for somebody who's really kind of ready to go all in on it, which is you just do it kind of nonstop all the time,
Yeah.
but 5 minutes will get it done, right? But you had that sort of time in between. Was it really helpful to have that sort of group and that group support and the texting back and forth, the
Yes,
accountability?
because we feed off of each other's energy. And so like when like say one of us our energy is not really where it's at, by us being in a collective, it's going to push you up to where you need to be at for your energy. And so
Yeah,
I'm glad that we still connected. We just had our 1 month meeting with one another, and it helped us with a lot of things. I mean, we need the connection. I can't be, I can't say it enough that we need that collaboration with others because we wasn't really even made to do everything by ourselves. We need to get into the mindset of that we need to be doing things as a collective because that's what the energy and the power is because when you're down, the next person that has the energy that's up is going to help you get you to where you need to be to get up. And
I'm with you.
I
Yeah,
love that bond and that we have now. It's a friendship that we have. It's a circle of friendship. It's nice. I like
yeah,
that. Thanks, Evan, because that was very awesome. And then by us doing our one-on-ones and talking to each other personally, it built up a better relationship of us staying together. Yeah.
yeah. Awesome. And well, on a totally separate note, you designed a very beautiful website for my sister.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
She's like, Stacy designed a website. I'm like, she did? I didn't even know that you were working on it. And then it's like, and it's gorgeous. It's so cute. I
Oh,
mean, you
thank
did such a
you.
good job with that. So that's an interesting thing where it's like that came out of it too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, all right, well, let's see. I mean, I'm trying to think of what other questions. I mean, I think it's really cool that you got to do it with your sister.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how I met you guys. I met you guys. It was like you've wanted to do business together and stuff, um, together for a long time, and you've
Yeah.
been working at it, and you've been working at a lot of things. And I guess that's to me, that's the power of this work is you can work as hard as you want, but if there's a block there, that's just going to keep holding you back. And it's like
Right.
we can see it, and so. Um, I'm going to interview Tracy too. Because
Okay.
I talked to her first, right? Even though I knew you
Mm-hmm.
before, it's kind of funny how it all came to be. And so we'll talk a bit more about like some of those early things. But I'm not sure. I thought I had a question there, but I was just like, it's just so cool that you guys did it together, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that because a lot of people that we come across. I mean, now more people are starting to attract to us that are on the same mindset. But it's good to have someone, a close friend or sister that is doing the work with you.
Yeah.
because we can always bounce off of each other. And when I'm down, Tracy be like, no, 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 you shouldn't think like that. You do this, and I, when she say something, I'm like, no, 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 you shouldn't do this. But it's
Yeah,
helpful.
I like you said, I come from a big 12 step background, and we is like one of the most important principles there. So it really is like we heal each other together and to
Yeah.
be in that community space 100%. Okay, well, is there anything that you want to say or that you want to add? When are you inviting me on your show? When
Um, Yeah, you know what? I just started a 30-day social media content challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm so excited about that. Even though it's like it's just the groundbreaker. So this is to be the first one coming out because it's getting people staying consistent of posting. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely will link up. I will send you out to see. I gotta look at my calendar, but
All
yeah,
right.
it'll be soon, Evan. I would love
Okay.
for you to come on Total Exposure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be great. That'd be great.
yeah, that'll be awesome.
And is there anything that you want to say or that you want to add that that's important that we didn't touch on, like in this whole process? What I guess what's in your heart or at the top of mind for you to sort of share with everybody out there?
Um, I guess those that are watching, I guess they are, probably deciding if they want to join the group, but it's been phenomenal so far. Even though that I haven't been really, in it because I've been balancing my time now because my business is starting to pick up and everybody life start happening and stuff. So everybody understand it. But this group right here with Evan, y'all join. There's no second guessing about it. And then when he gives you the invite to do the full group thing, do it. You will not regret it, not one bit. It's worth it. It's worth it for yourself. It's worth it to you. Give it to yourself for you to be able to move forward, especially if you have a project or something that you're looking forward to get into and you just don't understand why it's not going the way it is. I guarantee it's a block, and you should take this course. I'm telling you, it's been very helpful. Thank you so much, Evan.
You're so welcome. I have tears of eyes. It's so beautiful. I mean, it's so great to see, you and your sister sort of thriving and shifting, and it's amazing to me. I don't know that anybody beyond you two has done it better than you two in terms of picking it up just from scratch and just going. So it's you don't know what can happen, and it's
Right.
it's pretty it's pretty miraculous. So yeah, I hope you keep using it and keep letting me know what's going on. And it's like I feel like it's good to revisit this. So I want to have you back on in a couple more months just to hear about all the good things that are still happening. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Is you gonna how you gonna do? Because I want to share this to my audience on YouTube too.
yeah.
Okay.
I can put it on YouTube. I can send you a link, however you want it. Just tell me how you want
Okay.
it. And yeah, yeah, yeah. Show it to your folks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should see you shining.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time, and
Oh,
I'll have
you're
my
welcome,
people call
Evan.
your people, and we'll do
Okay.
lunch. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye, sweetheart. Have a great
Oh,
day.
bye.